Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Denali, and today we're going to be talking about natural deodorant. I'm really excited to share this video with you guys because I really wish I had someone who kind of explained to me the ins and outs of different kinds of natural deodorant and if it actually works or not, because I was super skeptical and I've definitely tried it multiple times in the past and really believed that it doesn't work and I would never get used to it. So I'm going to kind of break down my journey with it and what I found works for me and how I've kind of gotten used to it over the past year or so. This video is in no way sponsored. This is just based off of me having used a bunch of products and being a product person. So yeah, I started using natural deodorant like consistently at the beginning of lockdown, so almost a year ago now. I really liked men's deodorant before this, and a lot of those have like aluminum and bad parabens in them that you don't realize, and that's why I kind of made the switch over to natural deodorant to begin with. You know, there's all these Instagram influencers and people out there kind of talking about how natural beauty is just better and natural skincare and all of these things. And it's definitely something that, you know, freaked me out. Like, everyone was talking about how the aluminum and different parabens that are found in deodorants are bad, especially for women. So I definitely wanted to make the switch, but as I was trying college, it just wasn't working. Like, every time I would use natural deodorant, I would sweat so much and just like smell bad like 3 hours later and be like, this is not going to sustain for a day. Also, this might be too much information, but when I was using natural deodorant, I went to school in a warmer place. I would go running outside. It like foams up weirdly, like when you sweat a lot, like right after putting it on. So I would like hate that. And I was just like, this doesn't work. It's not for me. No way. So I thought finally, like a lot of my friends use it. And at the beginning of lockdown, I was like, you know what? I'm at home. If I work out, it's going to be in my basement. I don't really have to see anyone. I can throw on a big sweatshirt. Like, my parents are the only people that are home, like, in my room all day. Like, it won't be the end of the world if I smell a little worse than normal at the beginning of things. And I know that everyone says, you know, it's a 3-week process to kind of get your body adjusted. So it is natural that you don't smell that great for while your body is getting rid of the antiperspirant that you've been using and getting used to the switch from normal deodorant over to natural deodorant. It is normal. I will say it took longer than 3 weeks for me and my body to adjust. I really, in all honesty, I think it took like 3 months for my body to adjust. I would definitely go on and off. It was nice because it was cold outside and I was staying inside, but once the summer came around, I, like in May even, I was going outside and doing workouts, and I would find myself kind of, you know, during the day after shower, I'd put on natural deodorant, and then I would have to switch over if I was ever going to go work out, especially with other people. I'd put on like normal deodorant, but even with that, I made sure that the deodorant wasn't antiperspirant that I was using, but I would try to be minimal about it and see if like my body could adjust, and it definitely did. I would say now I don't use any regular deodorant, and obviously it's been almost a year, but I will say I tried a few at the beginning. I'm going to share all of them. So the first one that I tried when I was starting was Sarah Day's Pitty Party. I'll show you guys if you can see that. We all know I'm obsessed with Sarah Day, so naturally when she came out with this, and she came out with it around the beginning of lockdown, I was like, I need to buy this, I need to try it. It's like, it is literally putty. Like, you can see I've used a bunch of it. You like scoop out like a little dime-sized amount, and then you rub it together, and then you like put it under. I really did like this. Like, it was effective in terms of like how it smelled, and definitely stays for the whole day. This is the coconut and lime smelling one. It does smell very natural and just like coconut and lime, I guess. But what I will say about this one is, although I liked it and it didn't lead to the like foaming that I was talking about, like if you sweat profusely like right after putting it on, it doesn't do that, but what it does do is if you are wearing white, this does stain your clothing. It does come out in the wash, but I definitely did notice, and I was like kind of confused as to where it was coming from. Early on when I was wearing white, I would like be like, oh my gosh, I don't know why like the like armpit region of like some of my white shirts were turning so yellow. Like I feel like I've had them do that in the past when they're older shirts, and you know, you just recycle them and get rid of them. But I was like, some of my newer things I haven't even worn that often were doing that, and I was like, what could be different? Did my detergent change or something? But then I realized it was this. So that's my only complaint I think about this one, and why I kind of stopped using it, because white is just like a color I wear consistently, and I don't want excessive use of this and like my wearing white over and over. Like I'm scared that if I do keep wearing things, and like at one point the wash just won't be enough to cut out the yellow. So like with some of my favorite white things, I was like, it's not worth it. So what I had been hearing good things about, a lot of my friends use the brand Native, and Target sells them. So I went and picked up, I think they have like an orange colored one, I forget what the actual smell is, that I really liked, and I went through all of that, and that was the one I was using super consistently. And I'm actually a really big fan of Native. I feel like it's advertised everywhere, but you guys, it actually works, and this is the one that I was the most consistent about. I will say the foaming thing is kind of true with this one, so I would, if you do work out, maybe don't throw this on like right before working out. Like do it half an hour before and let it kind of like sit in your skin. Or if you are going to go work out, just like maybe like with a paper towel like dampen under there a little bit so that it dries up a little bit and doesn't completely like leak out. But I will say, this is paraben free, aluminum free. They smell great. I don't really have to apply twice during the day. You might at the start, but other than that, this is a fan favorite. It definitely took, I think, a month of my body getting used to this one, but after I switched over, I don't use anything else. So I highly recommend like all of these, and it's probably my favorite. So it's definitely been doing something, and I'm super hyper conscious. You can ask my friends. I'm queen of perfume. I hate smelling bad, so I am not one to love products like this. I'm usually one to just be like, screw it, let me just use regular deodorant and live with the fact that at least I know I smell good. The first natural deodorant I ever used probably like 2 years ago, and just hated and was like, this is never gonna work for me, was Kopari. And honestly, I don't think I gave my body enough of a try. Like I'd use it every once in a blue moon and like test it out for a day and then go back to using normal deodorant. I just really never gave my body a chance to adjust. So I was like, I had a few left over. I have a big one that I've actually been using for the past 2 weeks, and I don't know where it went. So I'm just going to show you guys this travel sized one. But I was using Kopari. This is the scent. This is the scent. Just coconut oil. I think this is just their normal one. It's like whatever the original one is. I think they came out with a second one that smells differently, but this actually does really work. I was telling people it didn't for a while, because when I switched over to Native, I was like, oh yeah, I've used this one in the past, but I didn't really love it. But after going back for the past 2 weeks, honestly, I think I might like this one better, but it just might be the scent for me. I think the orange colored one, which I'm forgetting, again, I'll link it, the scent of, I think I liked better than this one, the coconut and vanilla. But all that to be said, I feel like this one's coconut oil too, so they all smell like coconut, so I don't know what's wrong with me. But I think the other one I had with Native was like a citrusy smell, and I tend to like that better than coconut and vanilla is like not my favorite scents to begin with. But yeah, this one is great. I like how like smooth it goes on, and it just feels really light, and I've gotta say it works well. So yeah, I do have the big one in this, and I've been using it and loving it for the past 2 weeks. So all in all, like I think these two are definitely like my favorite brands in terms of natural deodorant. I have tried a few others that I don't want to mention, but yeah, these are definitely my fan favorites and the ones that I've been going back to and are the ones that I will probably forever use. So let me know if you guys have tried any others that you like more than these. If you've tried these in the past, let me know what you think. I will link these two in the description box below so you guys can check them out. They're pretty affordable too, and they do last a long time. Like, it took me, I only recently replaced this one with the last one I had, so they do last forever. And I think Native sells like a big bunch of these in a pack that you guys can get, so I highly recommend you guys. It does take some time to understand that, you know, taking that time might not be for everyone, especially if you're like going into a place of work every day. But if you are stuck at home, I think there's not like a better time to get your body like acclimated to natural deodorant, since it is a lot better for you than the ones that are regularly out there with parabens and stuff in them. These are just all natural, and especially if you're a woman, just good for you. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I will say, yeah, it took a long time for me to get used to them, and I think people underestimate how long it actually does take, but if you are willing, it does work. And yeah, so that is all. I'm sorry that there wasn't a video last week. There's just not that much that's fun that goes on in my life, and I feel like, I don't know, talking about random things is almost worse than not saying anything at all. So, I mean, if you do want to kind of know what I do on a day-to-day, follow me on Instagram. You can see all of that there. I do post consistently. And yeah, I love you guys. See you in the next one.